What's up, everybody? This is Jose Gagnon, the Random Guy 75 here today, and we are continuing on with our Everything Wrong with Thomas the Train commentaries. We're on episode 14. It's called Mavis, where we are basically going to be introduced to a new character, and her name is Mavis. She's a diesel that works at the Quarry. So this is our very first time meeting another new character in season 3. So I hope that you all will enjoy. We're going to get the things rolling right away. You already know how they go. We're going to keep them going. Yeah, man. And hope you all loves it and loving the series so far. So we're going to get the things rolling into this right now. Yeah.
Mavis is a diesel engine who works for the Quarry company, shunting trucks and their sidings. She has 6 small wheels hidden by side plates just like Toby's. Mavis is young and full of her own ideas. She loves rearranging things too, and began putting Toby's trucks in different places every day. This made Toby cross. "Trucks," he grumbled, "should be where you want them, when you want them." "Fiddlesticks," said Mavis, and flounced away. At last, Toby lost patience. "I can't waste time playing hunt the trucks with you. Take them yourself." Mavis was pleased. Taking trucks made her feel important. At the station, Diesel oiled up to her. "Toby's an old fusspot," she complained. Diesel sensed trouble and was delighted. "Toby says only steam engines can manage trucks," continued Mavis.
And here we got another case or another example of, the younger trains being jerks to the older ones for no reason, just because the younger ones think that they know a lot better. We first saw it all the way back in season 2 with James and Edward, and also Gordon and Edward. And now we're seeing it again here with Mavis and Toby. And also kind of a little bit with James and Toby, because they had a season 3 episode that we did that it was Time for Trouble, where James was bragging to Toby and stuff, and then he ended up having to push Toby all the way to the station, like to the workstation. And this will be continuing on where we'll see some more younger trains, being jerks to the older ones. Like in season 4, we'll be seeing some examples of it. And I think probably in season 5 too, I'm not too sure. But yeah, for some reason, the younger trains just think that they know better. And they just want to, think that they're a lot better than the older trains for some random reason. I have no idea why. But that's that's a big example that you see a lot in real life too, with a lot of people.
"How absurd. Depend upon it, Mavis. Anything steam engines can do, we diesels can do better." Diesel knew nothing about trucks, but Mavis didn't realize this.
It's crazy how Mavis was then, also talking to Diesel about it, and telling Diesel how Toby said to her that steam engines are the only ones that can handle trucks, and Diesel not knowing about trucks, like it doesn't make any sense. But then again, the narrator did say that Mavis didn't know that Diesel didn't know about trucks. So I mean, she probably didn't really, she probably hasn't talked to Diesel at all. This is probably her very first time talking to Diesel about it or something. I have no idea. Or her first time interacting with Diesel, pretty much.
Toby's line crosses with the main road behind the station, and for a short way follows a farm lane. Frosty weather makes the muddy lane rock hard and very slippery. Toby stops before reaching the lane. His fireman halts the traffic at the crossing, and then he sets off again. By using the heavy trucks to push him along, he has no trouble with the frosty rails in the lane. It is the only safe thing to do in this kind of weather. Toby warned Mavis and told her just what to do. "I can manage, thank you," she replied. "I'm not an old fusspot like you." The trucks were tired of being pushed around by Mavis. It's slippery, they whispered. Let's push her around instead. On, they yelled. Mavis took no notice. Instead, she brought the trucks carefully down the lane and stopped at the level crossing.
Now she's basically going to be getting herself into problems because she didn't take Toby's advice. All because, Toby was trying to explain to her, the right way, to pass through the lane. But instead, she's just like, I know better. Like, I don't need your advice. And now she's going to get herself into problems that she won't be able to move because the trucks are going to be holding her back on the hill and stuff.
All traffic halted. One in the headlamp for Fusspot Toby, chortled Mavis. But Mavis had stopped in the wrong place. Instead of taking Toby's advice, she had given the trucks the chance they wanted. Hold back, they cried. Grrr, up, ordered Mavis. The trucks just laughed and her wheels spun helplessly. Workmen sanded the rails and tried to dig away the frozen mud, but it was no good. Everyone was impatient. Grrr, wailed Mavis.
Instead of trying to dig the frozen mud, why didn't they, just use like some pickaxes or something to, try to break the ice? Because since the mud's frozen, like I don't think you can use shovels, to try to, like the shovels wouldn't work when you're trying to get something that's frozen. It'd be better if they use a pick or something. Like I said, the workers and the trains, they just aren't really super smart sometimes, pretty much, when it comes to them trying to figure out, how to solve a situation.
Toby was in the yard when he heard the news. I warned her, he fumed. She's young yet, soothed his driver, and she can manage her trucks herself, interrupted Toby. They're your trucks, really, his driver replied. Mavis is supposed to stay at the quarry if the Fat Controller finds out. Yes, said Toby thoughtfully. He and his driver agreed that it would be best to help Mavis after all. An angry farmer was telling Mavis just what she could do with her train. Having trouble, Mavis? chortled Toby. I am surprised. Crush, said Mavis. With much puffing and wheel slip, Toby pushed Mavis and the trucks back. The hard work made his fire burn fiercely, and his firemen spread hot cinders to melt the frozen mud.
Now they're being smart by using the cinders to melt the frozen mud. Because, before the shovels, you can't do anything if everything's all hard and icy. Like, you can't, pick anything up or move anything when it's icy. So now they're being smart and using the cinders to melt the frozen mud away.
At last they had finished. Goodbye, called Toby. You'll manage now, I expect. Mavis didn't answer. She took the trucks to the sheds and scuttled home to the quarry as quick.
So that was episode 14, Mavis, where we got introduced, to Mavis herself. And we'll be seeing her again in the next episode coming up, which is called Toby's Tightrope. So I hope you all enjoy. We're going to, continue on, with the next episode, like I said. And I hope you guys are loving this series because, we're going to be continuing on with this with season 4. Sometime, after season 3 is all complete. So get the greatness, have the happy times. You already know that things go. Yeah, man. And we'll see you in episode 15. Yeah.